Coming up in Taidong, Taiwan, victims of the recent typhoon face rebuilding efforts with strength and optimism. Born visually impaired黄沐桂developed an interest in music and worked hard to obtain a street performer license. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Marilee Shioda. Thank you for joining us. We begin today's program with news in Taiwan. Tzu Chi volunteers have continued to visit families in Taidong affected by the recent typhoon. In total, 8,117 households have received care. Besides Taidong City and Taimali, the volunteers also went to建农Borough, where the rooftops of the houses made from metal sheets have been blown away.
Up till now, officials from the city and county government have not come. I feel really sad talking about this. The resources have all been given to Taidong City. The members of the army came for just a day. They are not here today.
Tears well up in建农Borough Chief's eyes because the more than 800 families in the borough are like his own family. There's a diversity of people in建农Borough, including residents of Military Dependence Village. Residents, mostly old and feeble, could only watch their devastated homes helplessly. Nevertheless, there are also passionate young people. The person in charge of the建农Book House has started cleaning up the debris with local children.
In Jiannong community, almost all of the rooftops of metal sheet houses have been blown away. We have to help ourselves.
Residents in Taidong City are not alone, as Tzu Chi volunteers have been visiting and caring for them.
I don't know why all the media is gone. The only SNG truck I saw is from DaAi TV.
The wind brought sand here. I just cleaned it up.
Everything has been blown away. The most important items have been blown away.
Every family, regardless of the severity of the damages, feels worried about their future.
The typhoon has blown away everything. I do not dare to live there as it is dangerous.
Despite the damages caused by the typhoon, the volunteers have taken actions to let the affected residents know that they won't be alone in facing this ordeal.
Continuing to stay by disaster victims' side, a few Tzu Chi volunteers headed to National Taidong College to help clean up efforts, as the damage was most severe at NTC, with 9 classrooms nearly completely destroyed and partition walls were torn apart by the windstorm. Let's see how the school faculty and students came together to contribute their strength. Days after Typhoon Nepatak, workers are demolishing the remaining pieces of the broken walls of the school. National Taidong College is in a state of disrepair, with the hallways filled with broken glass and steel frames, and the electrical wires and ventilation ducts from the ceiling exposed.
9 classrooms on the 3rd floor were destroyed. The computer room on the 4th floor was also damaged because when the strong windstorm came, it tore apart the walls.
How devastating were the wind speeds of Typhoon Nepatak? As you can see, the top half of this classroom partition wall is gone. Looking at cracks in the foundation and the broken walls, one might have guessed the destruction was caused by an earthquake instead. Besides the help of Taiwan's military and Tzu Chi, teachers have also led students to do their part to help.
The track team was supposed to resume their training, but we saw how desperate the condition of the school was. We knew we had to help.
I was afraid that after the typhoon's destruction, the school wouldn't be able to commence classes on time, so I came to help.
The walls and fences, including steel frames, have to be repaired. We estimate it will take 2 months to complete.
With the collective effort of all the assistants, it is hoped the school may return to its former glory so that the students can attend school with ease. As Tzu volunteers visit more typhoon victims, they come across families who, despite the long road of rebuilding which lays ahead of them, are surprisingly upbeat and optimistic. Let's take a look at two families who haven't let their struggles in life get them down. One must go around this fallen tree to reach Jingyi's house. Jingyi and her mother just returned home.
哇，里面好干净啊！对啊，真的不一样的。等一下，听说这个是你爸爸画的。
It's plain as the eye can see. Everyone here lives in metal shacks or cement homes, which are all suffering the effects of aging.
Typhoon Nepentak's damages haven't changed this family's attitude towards life.
更坚强。
Having a bit of fun, Jingyi interviews her mother.
The typhoon was big and it was really scary.
If you look up and see a blue sky, then perhaps you can change your mindset. I can see such a beautiful blue sky.
This teacher is not the only one who is looking on the bright side of life.
I want to rebuild quickly and rebuild it better.
Zhen's father had a work-related accident, and her mother became an amputee after a car accident. Despite the plight of the family, the parents are in full support of Zheng Wenling's athletic dream. Wenling also strives to reach her goals.
It's in one's own attitude and how we face the challenges given to us. We don't have to be defeated by setbacks.
These two families don't let setbacks in life bring them down. Typhoon Nepentak didn't only ravage Taidong City and parts of Taiwan. After crossing the strait, it continued to inflict serious damage in China's Fujian province. Let's join Tzu volunteers in Putian City and their nearby Mingqing County, where they held a 2-day distribution for residents who are suffering after this disaster.
Typhoon Nepentak recently caused severe damage in China's Fujian province, especially in Mingqing County. Volunteers also head south to Putian City, where the floods have washed away entire homes. Volunteers arrived in Putian, Fujian, to assess the damages on July 12th. Soon after that, volunteers gather relief goods and distribute them to 200 affected residents.
Your clothes have been ruined? Well, we can bring you some extra clothes today, all right? There's some clothes available for you to wear.
To meet the immediate needs of the villagers, volunteers have prepared 10 different types of supplies, along with several days' worth of dried food. The residents can finally enjoy rice after the distribution.
It's been 4 days since the last time I ate rice. Ever since the flooding started, I haven't had a drop of water to drink.
We want to say thank you on behalf of our entire village. Thank you for sincerely caring for all of us here.
In Mingqing County, a wide area has been affected. Volunteers make visits to Youtai Village and Huangshi Village, delivering aid to a total of 51 households.
You've shown so much care and given us so much. It's wonderful. You've made us all very happy.
Thank you all for helping us. We're happy you've come to check on us.
These residents are contented as they collect their supplies with a smile, and Tzu volunteers are also relieved to see this community moving forward after a disaster.
With educators facing what seems to be a never-ending battle of survival in the public and private junior high schools, university professors are also facing similar challenges with new teacher evaluation systems. Today, we examine the relationship between teachers and students and how it has changed over the years.
After graduating 25 years ago, many of these classmates went their separate ways, but now they're all enjoying this class reunion. Looking at this graduation book, everyone looks so youthful.
现在都变细了吧？雅丽华老师、王老师、宋老师哦，庄老师等一下会来。老师。
At that time, they were young adults, and now they have grown to middle age, as they relish the opportunity to reunite.
这个啊，这是我吗？是不是？
这不是吗？应该是吧？
真的吗？真的吗？
基本上我们的老师都很。
Basically, all of our teachers were quite good and really cared about our lives.
那个时候，其实，在你的
At that time in our lives, we would seek out teachers to give us direction in life. It's not like it is now, where there is more tension in the relationship.
I think the relationship between teachers and students is like a deep connection or roots.
怎么样的一个师生关系是你觉得最棒的？
我觉得像跟你们一样是最棒的，因为。
I think that being with all of you is the best. I remember that at school you treated me quite well, like an elder sister, or maybe I should say an aunt. As an elder sister, now I feel like I'm a younger sister now.
现在也是妹妹一样啊。
During Taiwan's era of authoritarian rule, teachers and students had respectful and warm relations. Now, in the past 3 years, the number of public school teachers who retire each year is nearly 5,000. One reason teachers are opting to retire is the tension in the teacher-student relationship.
The difference between students now and before is that they are more lonely now. This might be because their parents are at work and they have fewer brothers or sisters, as they might be the only one when they return home.
Lack of companionship at home leads to more loneliness and anxiety, which can be reflected in campus life.
像是灿烂的笑容，然后他在远看着他的那个就是母亲，
用微笑去迎接这样子。OK， 好。
Teacher Xie works hard to allow each student to speak freely and develop in this comforting environment.
他都会很像朋友一样开导我们。
She is like a friend trying to enlighten us and give us a lot of opportunities and room to develop.
At that time, my parents worked, so I had to live in a dormitory, and the director was very concerned about me, even counseling me in the dormitory, and even taking me to dinner.
The school has developed many talented performers, such as young movie star Wang Dalu and TV series actor Shen Jinhong. All of them return to their alma mater after they graduate. The actor Yang Zhen says he was able to succeed in an audition because of a few words from his teacher that changed his life.
He told me that he had been a failure. I said this wasn't acceptable and he needed to go.
他是开启我踏入这个圈子的。
It was the first piece of work that I did to get into this film circle. If I didn't go to that audition, I don't know what I would be doing now. This industry can sometimes lead people to encounter some setbacks. The teacher's concern for me helped me feel very comfortable and warm.
How do I think students should honor their teachers? I think they should be happy and healthy and not be a burden to society. This will honor teachers.
As teachers become embroiled in a constant game of survival, they need to draw upon more enthusiasm and wisdom. However, one of the advantages to their work is the ability to develop friends for life with their former students.
Learning how to play an instrument isn't easy, but from the perspective of someone who is visually impaired, it can be even more of a challenge. While Hoàng沐桂was studying in school, he became interested in pursuing a path in music. But because of his visual impairment, he had to learn all the songs through listening.
边摸然后边唱这样，然后这样才有办法就是吹奏这样。
Well versed in not one, not two, but 5 instruments, Hoàng沐桂has been passionate about music since childhood. He was born premature, making him visually impaired, so his entire repertoire is developed by listening.
I listen to the piece I have to play while riding on the bus. It's important for me to keep listening in order to memorize it.
Without sheet music, the only way to learn is to memorize. When Huang hears a difficult song, it can take 2 to 3 months to learn. Despite these obstacles, he continues on this path of music with the help of his grandmother.
Raising him is a joy. Even while growing up, he never gives me any trouble. When teachers are giving the lesson, he always listens.
他常常会在我身边鼓励我，我们就这样。
She is always by my side, encouraging me. She's like a partner in crime. For example, when I perform on the streets, she comes to help me, asking me how to set up the sound system or how to manage the equipment. I'm very touched by her help.
With his love of music, Huang not only received an award for his contribution to special education, but managed to get a street performer's license in 5 counties.
Never stop practicing every day. Listen to the test music and practice. I will continue pursuing this path because my goal is to make other people happy through my music.
With his grandmother's positive influence, Huang is determined to perform for the public and spread the happiness all around.
We bring you another story of a visually impaired student. Chen Yongquan is pursuing a degree in social services so he can help others like him. Through his goodwill, his black and white world has been brought into color.
永全，你帮我把这个送到服务学习中心，然后给教务老师那边。好，教务老师。好 ，OK， 知道哪里哈？
Helping his teacher deliver documents, he descends the stairs without hesitation. Chen Yongquan's confidence helps the teachers understand more about how to help people like him.
He tells me his experiences in order for me to learn how to help him and other people who are also visually impaired. We even work together on new ideas to assist the other visually impaired students, like creating a new learning system.
Because his college does not have a special education program, after class Chen continues to study on his own. Born visually impaired, he has met many benefactors while growing up and now puts his heart and soul into social work, even proving to himself the strength he has through traveling the entire island on foot.
I need to live out my life to encourage other people to do the same. By putting ourselves out there, we can reach people with disabilities. We can join together in order to help even more people who need our assistance.
As he walks to the bus station, it's clear that he doesn't allow his disability hinder his life. When he graduates from college, he will be going step by step to fulfill his plan, helping other people in need.
In Taiwan, a team of chefs visited Ande Kindergarten in Xinchen Township of Hualien to provide a delicious and nutritious meal for the children and seniors free of charge. The team hopes to bring joy to the residents of this remote region through their cooking.
These chefs are cooking delicious meals at the kindergarten. Although they work at 5-star hotels, they have established a team of volunteer chefs to bring delicate meals to residents of remote regions.
We know that in Hualien, Ande Kindergarten doesn't receive much financial assistance. We think we can volunteer and cook for the kindergarten.
It is the first time this team has visited Hualien since its establishment 3 years ago. Apart from offering meals for the teachers and students at the kindergarten, they have also invited the elderly in the community. They prepare the meals mindfully to make sure they are also nutritious.
We cooked without adding MSG, making the meal less salty and softer. It is more suitable for the children and seniors.
Despite the heat, these chefs complete cooking the delicacies in a short time.
To these children and seniors, they rarely have a chance to eat such delicious meals. I am deeply touched by these kind chefs.
The team of volunteer chefs is planning to visit another 36 institutions all over Taiwan to bring more delicious and nutritious meals to disadvantaged children.
Next, we'll meet 83-year-old Huang Guizhu, who is on her school's honor roll this year. Huang had always regretted not being able to go to school when young, so at the age of 80, she seized the opportunity to resume her education. Let's take a look at her story.
83-year-old senior Huang Guizhu relies on a cane to walk. She is taking a picture with the mayor of Kaohsiung as a model student of elementary school.
This senior's achievement is inspiring. Her story is touching.
In the past, this senior had regrets in her life. She couldn't continue to pursue education because she suffered from heart disease as a child.
I love studying. It is interesting. 7, 8, 9, 10. Ku. This is ku in Japanese.
At the age of 80, this senior told her son that she wanted to attend the subsidiary school.
I was shocked and I asked, "How did you know this?" She told me a primary school teacher told her she can attend school. Then I signed up for her.
She has studied for 3 years and was never late for school, rain or shine.
She usually came to school on time. We were worried about her when it rained, so the teacher would come to school ahead of time to wait for her.
This senior is the eldest student in the class. Her diligence and passion for learning encourage her classmates to study hard. Now that this senior has graduated, the thing she loves the most is reading newspapers, which enriches her knowledge.
Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers offered a vegetarian food fair at the National Police Agency. With everyone enjoying their meal, the volunteers shared their stories and experiences to promote the benefits that vegetarianism can have on the environment and one's health.
This looks like a buffet, but actually it is a vegetarian food fair being held at the National Police Agency. With a variety of food on the table, there's something for every appetite.
It is great that everyone has vegetarian meals for a whole day. We'd like to help everyone realize that going meatless is great. Such a choice is full of compassion and humanitarianism.
This vegetarian food fair is held not only to express gratitude for the hard work of police officers, but also to let them know more about the advantages of a vegetarian diet.
Embracing vegetarianism is the best way to stave off global warming.
The police learned lessons about the benefits of a meatless diet through a lecture, some videos as well as the vegetarian meal that Tzu Chi volunteers offered.
For one thing, I think going meatless can make me slimmer and healthier, and also it helps contribute to protecting the environment.
Every time when we have a vegetarian meal, it's like depositing some good deeds in our hearts.
A vegetarian food fair not only satisfies one's appetite, but also enhances one's spirit.
In Kedah of Malaysia, Tzu Chi volunteers recently helped a widow set up a small storefront at her home so she may continue providing for her family after her declining health forced her to quit her kitchen assistant job. We will leave you with these images at the end of the program. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.